Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. It's your girl Tejah.
And Morgan.
We're back with another episode. As you can see, yet another duo. Everybody just 2 weeks in a
We don't know
row.
where Jamie Lynn is. We just listen.
We just can't seem to get it together.
It's
Not
fine.
understanding.
You
Yeah,
love
it's
us
fine.
all equally, so
Yeah, we'll get it. We'll be back to our regularly scheduled program. Hopefully the next episode.
it's fine.
Don't hold
Don't
your breath
fret.
though. Yeah. All right. So good thing I always have a backup icebreaker. Okay, so the icebreaker is I thought he was perfect until blank.
No, that's sick. There's just so many answers. This is overwhelming. Until I got into a relationship with him.
Damn. Sorry to that man.
Woo! Because I feel like it's different for every guy I've ever talked to, so I just pull something out the top hat, child. But that's one. Tage.
I thought he was perfect until I don't even know. I don't even think I ever thought a nigga was perfect. If we're keeping it a book, where I was
Honestly, yeah. But I would say I felt he was worth being with until I actually did it.
Until I realized that he was still a child. He's a man child.
There's a lot of grown boys. There's a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4 niggas walking around here that are very much adolescent.
Very much
so watch your backs, guys, and your fronts.
Yeah. Please, just
it's a sick road out here.
I think that's the best course of action. Just steer clear from all the niggas. That's the only way that I can help you with that situation.
Literally. There's nothing else we can do.
Yeah, no, literally, like, it's kind of like abstinence. Just be abstinent from these niggas is kind of.
And if you've already started, just be celibate. Listen, yeah. It's never too late. It's never too late.
Never too late. God loves everyone. You can.
Please.
Peace to that man. Peace to that man. Okay, so now we have our. We already did icebreaker. What are we about to do? What's that thing called?
Pop culture.
Pop culture. There you go. Pop
she
culture.
Said, what's that thing called?
It's crazy because I was just looking at it. All right. So what you got for us this week on the pop culture side?
Let's see. Well, I know what I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to spin it into a question.
Mm-hmm.
So recently, me and Tejah, I know we keep bringing up the same little YouTube girl, but listen, it's go tie together.
It all makes sense in the end.
On this YouTube girl's page that we reference often, she recently did a video where she basically broke down the trending topic right now about the song Cater to You by Destiny's Child, where they're basically talking about catering to their man. And I think a lot of women got confused because they're catering to their bums, and that's not what they said. Because the song is basically, from my point of view, and I have common sense, so I'm gonna trust that, reciprocating energy. Mm-hmm. It's giving, you do all this for me, so this is your day. Right?
Yes.
And she basically sat down and had this point of view just about women and our expectations and what we should be expecting from a man, blah, blah, blah. However, her bisexual baby daddy has cheated on her multiple times and also has had a child outside of their relationship, and she has decided to take him back. And in the comments, people were really just coming for her because they're like, okay, so you're agreeing about all of these things, but it's not giving you're in the position to give advice. And so that leads me to just this question of like, with her accepting in her specific situation, she's with someone who doesn't really provide, has cheated multiple times, doesn't really do that much to contribute to her life except get her pregnant. When you have someone like that that's cheating on you, and in the comments people were attacking her, and she mentioned Beyonce, but sweetie, I'm sorry, if I was with Sean Carter, okay, and Sean Carter cheated, I'm not gonna think the same way. I'm gonna think about this baby daddy that's not doing nothing for you. Now, never to say that cheating is a good thing, cheating is right, cheating should be justified. However, there are multiple factors that I feel go into the situation. And so I ask Tejah, and I might, throw in a little input after. Would you reconsider how you would approach the situation or the resolve so let's say you were, I wouldn't say you had the choice to be in either or situation, but if you were in the scenario where you had just a baby daddy / boyfriend who's cheated on you multiple times, has had a child outside of the relationship, and really brings nothing to your life, against your husband who you've been married to, who you have children with, who provides, who gives you a beautiful life, who's there for you, present for your kids, all that. Would you approach those situations differently or the same?
I think subconsciously I would approach them differently just based off of like, I feel like it would be a lot easier to dump the one that ain't doing shit for me. It would be harder for someone that you built something with, blase, blase. But the outcome is still going to be the same for me. Deuces, nigga.
I know. Peace. But I do think that I do think that how you handle a relationship pre and post marriage should be different, because if it's the exact same, then what's the point, honestly? But I feel like everyone has their boundaries and their standards and just what they feel is acceptable for their marriage. So to each their own. But I do think you should, and it's not even about the money that the individual men bring in, but just the approach to the relationship, because it's like, here you have a boyfriend and a girlfriend, y'all just living frivolously, having kids, okay, whatever, versus I made a covenant with you and God, and it's a legal thing, and it's all these other things, and it's like, I'm not going to approach these two relationships the same, and I don't feel like I ever should, regardless of whatever the infraction is or whatever the situation is, just regardless, in any regard, even if it's not about cheating or whatever, like, I just wouldn't approach both situations the exact same, because I just feel like they should be separated.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes total sense, because there's a lot of things tied into marriage. Like sometimes people have businesses together, blase, 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 all that kind of stuff. But as I said, the approach will probably, like I said, it would be a lot easier to dump the bum nigga, because he's not holding you down, he's holding you back right now. So
yeah, she loves to make excuses for him. Honestly,
she does.
Honestly, their whole situation could be an episode, because it's just so jarring. It's you can't really make logical sense of it. If you're a person with real human common sense, self-esteem, self-love, you can't make sense of it. You can't.
You can't. You can't, because every time I try to think about it, I'm just like,
I could see maybe if he was a provider. I could see maybe if he didn't have other kids. I could see maybe if he was better. I don't know. If he wasn't embarrassing, But he's all these things. So what is the reason? But I'm gonna move on, because like I said, we can go on and on, because it's just very stupid and dumb. Tejah,
it's very stupid and dumb. Yes. Okay, so my pop culture of the week is Mr. Nick Cannon himself.
Oh my gosh.
Nicholas has recently welcomed a beautiful set of twins into the world. He also has another set on the way. So do that information as you will. I think this
Then he
makes
has a set with Mariah. How many kids
yeah.
does he have
I
now?
think he's about to have 8. I think that's going to equal 8.
Okay, when did this surge begin? Because I feel like maybe in the
Within the
past
past
2
year.
years,
Yeah, probably like 2
I've
years.
seen Nick Cannon, and I don't even know how many maternity shoots. I don't even know. Because I thought he was with some girl for a long period of time. And then I remember she had kids. I think he got her pregnant twice. I wonder if there's an article breaking down his him dropping these seeds everywhere.
So the girlfriend, so
A
apparently
diagram.
the lady that just had the twins is his girlfriend. And then the next person that's about to have is a former Wild 'N Out model. Oh, she's only having one. She's having a singlet. So he's going to have 7 kids in total. Okay. That nigga's only 5'4". I know you lying to me.
That can't be.
Somebody Googled it. There's like Nick Cannon being petite and fertile. Petite and fertile. Okay, so the reason why I brought this up is because I saw a tweet and some girl she was like, "Oh my gosh, this nigga, that's a lot for kids." And then some guy had quote retweeted and was like, "Well, at least he's an active father. Like, why is everyone upset? Blah blah blah." And everybody was like, "So just because he has money, that means he's active?" Because I want to know, how are you? You got 7 kids by different people. I don't care how you flip it, cut it, reverse it. There's no way possible that you can be active in 100% of those kids' lives.
There's not.
You can't wake up in 4 different households on Christmas or however many baby mamas he got. You can't be at every basketball game, can't be at softball, every soccer. You can't. That's what active parents, that's what active parents do. It's not just the financial part. It's being present in the child's life. So you only be able to show up 25% of the time because you got to take care of these other 6 kids does not mean you're active parent. Just because you're shelling out money, that don't mean nothing.
Those are the people that have parenting confused with provision, and they're not the same. And I think most generations up until kind of where we are now, they mistook provision for parenting, and it's like they're not the same. Just because you're providing for your child and giving them a roof and giving them clothes and giving them food, that's not parenting. And for the people defending him, like even NBA Youngboy, people were defending him, and it's like there's no reason why a 21-year-old should have that many kids. I don't care how much money he has. There's absolutely no logical reason as to why that young man should have that many kids. And I know you guys, or some people, want to make it seem like the check is gonna really do something, but how many times have we seen kids act out, rebel, feel so unloved that they push themselves into all of these horrible situations looking for love in the wrong places because their parents was throwing money and not love or time or attention? Like, Nick Cannon cannot possibly be 100% active in all these kids' lives. He was, when it was just the twins with Mariah, like, he wasn't 100% active in their lives. They saw each other. They had quality time. They had a good relationship. Even Mariah wrote it in her book, which I read. But it's not like he was there 100% of the time because he's not in the household. So I don't know what y'all thought, but it wasn't logical. I'll tell you that.
Them niggas drinking that nigga nectar, aka Hennessy, gotta be, because that is crazy. NBA Youngboy has 7 kids as well, and it just doesn't make any sense. And even with Mr. Youngboy, that nigga be in and out of jail. He in jail right now, so he damn sure not 100% active in nobody's life. No, I don't care how much money the Negro makes. So I just want people.
That check not gonna discipline his kids. That check is not gonna build his kids into the people that they need to be. I promise you.
Promise you that. And I just want people to understand that just because someone is providing something of monetary value, showing out that coins, does not mean that they are doing their job as a parent. Point blank.
Okay. We just really want y'all to get that concept.
Please. So stop spewing that badass take all around Twitter. Because you're getting
that false narrative.
they thinking that that's what they can get away with, and no, we need to nip that shit in the bud right now. No.
Yeah. Let's
No.
put that way of thinking.
Yeah. All right. So that was all for the pop culture. So you know what's up next. It's the episode, and if you cannot tell by the title, today we are talking about exes, honey. Let's talk about ex, baby.
Woo!
Let's talk about you and them. You know, let's just talk all about the exes. Okay, so I'm actually going to start the questioning off a little bit different this time. I'm going to start off with the scenario. So, say, you know, you on your Instagrams or whatever, and you get a DM from an ex, and they're like, "Oh, I'm in your city. I'll be in town. Like, you know, blase blase. You want to get lunch?" And you're like, "Okay, sure, yeah, whatever. Like, cool, yeah, we can get lunch." And also, my bad. You're also married in this situation. So this is a scenario. You're married.
You should have started. Okay.
Yeah, I forgot. Okay. I forgot about that. So you're married, and then your ex DMs you, and they're like, "Oh yeah, let's grab lunch. I'm gonna be in your city." And you're like, "Okay, cool, yeah." You just say yes, and then you're gonna tell your spouse, but you're not. It's not like you're asking for permission or anything. You're just gonna be like, "Oh yeah, like I'm going to lunch with blase blase." One, do you think that's okay for you to be going to lunch with your ex? Does it depend on what type of ex? Like, how long ago was this? Like, in this scenario, this is your ex from high school. You're well into your 20s. We can even say if you're in your 30s. One, is it acceptable? Two, do you even need to say anything to your spouse because it's just lunch? Like, do you be telling your spouse when you go to lunch with your girlfriends? So yeah, those two questions. Acceptable, and is it okay? Do you feel the need that you have to let your spouse know simply because it's your ex?
I'm going to say it's not acceptable only because I'm going to be fair. Because if he came to me with that, listen. So I'm going to say no just so I can be fair and not say, "Oh, I can do it, but he can't." So that's really my reasoning behind that. What y'all got to talk about?
You're just catching up.
What's there to catch up on?
I don't know. Haven't seen each other since high school.
And there's reason for that. So at that point, what do we need to catch up on? No thanks.
Okay, so you think it's unacceptable. Okay, so for the second part, would you tell your spouse
that my ex reached out? Probably, like, not in a, "Oh babe, like, I gotta tell you," but I feel like it would just be like a, "Guess what happened today?" Like, on that type of tip. Like, you wouldn't believe this foolishness.
You won't believe what happened to me today. You won't believe who messaged me today.
So on that tip. What about you?
I mean, me personally, I wouldn't necessarily mind. Like, if it's your most recent ex, no thanks. But if we are 25 plus and it's somebody from high school, I don't give a fuck. That's high school. Like,
here's my thing, though. If y'all were friends prior to them reaching out and asking to go to lunch, then that might also skew how I view it. But if this person, like, y'all ain't talk in years,
y'all communicate on social media. Like, y'all do random check-ins. Like, you guys follow each other on social media. So, like, if you see stuff, you know, you guys communicate via DMs and stuff like that. Not like y'all haven't like had a sit-down conversation or anything. So this is like they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna be in New Orleans. We should go get some coffee or something."
I don't know. But because I feel like if it's just gonna be like something casual, then like, you coming by yourself, you coming with like your girlfriend, because my husband could come, then we could all.
But what's the point of your husband coming? He don't know him.
I just said if your girlfriend is coming.
But like, what about if it's not? What about if this person doesn't have a girlfriend or a wife, and they just like, I don't know, that like they just.
I don't know. I would have to use my best judgment, because I feel like we all kind of know what type of time people be on most of the time. I'm not going to say 100% of the time, but we kind of be knowing someone's intentions. And I feel like some people know what type of time their ex is on when they reach out for this type of stuff. So if you already know, then don't be shady. Okay.
I agree.
You know that man trying to get in your pants at the hotel next door. You know that.
Definitely agree. Yeah.
So don't
use
go.
some discernment. Yeah. But that doesn't automatically mean don't go. Just, make sure you kind of understand what's going on. So I'm not opposed to it. I would say in this scenario, I said yes to the lunch. I wouldn't see the message, then tell my husband, and then say yes. No, I'm gonna say yes, and then I'm like, oh yeah, going. I don't feel like I necessarily have to say that I'm going to lunch because, like I said, I don't be telling you every time I go to lunch with my girlfriend. This is just a catch up. I'll mention it and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to lunch with so and so, but I'm not asking you. Asking for permission. I'm just letting you know. So if you call me and you're like, oh, where are you? I'm like, oh, I'm at lunch. Oh, you at lunch with? I'm beside by. Oh, I'm with blase. And then you're like, oh, okay. But it ain't gonna be no, babe, can I go to lunch with Roger?
Not no. Roger.
It's like, no, I'm not doing that. So yeah, so that was just a good little segue because you mentioned that if they were a friend, your answers would change. So you think that if you're friends with your exes, you or your significant other, if you're friends with your exes, then it's okay for you guys to do, platonic things, hang out, friend dates.
Okay, you're going far. You're going far. You're going far. No. Because even I wouldn't want to. If I had an ex who I was like just friends with, but I'm like married and all that, I don't want to be with you. Like, I want to go with my nigga. I want to be with my man. I don't want to be with you. Like, you're good for a happy birthday. You're good for a Merry Christmas. After that, I'd rather be with my man. So no, get away from me.
Okay. No. I just wanted to, piggyback because you said if it was friends, I just wanted to know. All right.
Yeah, because I don't know. I just feel listen. I feel like exes can be friends to a certain extent. I feel like it depends on where y'all was in life when y'all dated and stuff. Like if it was like middle school, high school, then that's different than like post college, obviously. And all that kind of comes into effect. But me personally, unless it was like a friend that lived nowhere near me and they were just in town and I hadn't seen them in forever, like, oh yeah, we can go do something like quick, but not no routine. Oh, babe, I'm going bowling with David. No.
Okay. No, that makes a lot of sense. All right. So, are you currently friends with any of your exes? And if so, why?
It was the why? ¿Por qué?
¿Por qué?
Okay. I would say actual friends. I would say I'm actual friends with like 3 exes. One was high school. And I don't count high school relationships for real, but we've known each other as friends much more than we've known each other as partners because we met in like 7th grade and then we dated in like 11th grade and for like 3 months. So we're mostly used to being friends. So that transition back to being actual friends wasn't really that hard. And I feel like now that we're like much older, it's like 10, 11 years later, we've obviously turned into like different people and we can like have that type of relationship because one, our relationship is so far in the past, and then also we're mostly used to being friends. And then I talked about another ex in a former episode and just talking about how that relationship is more based on emotional support because he had lost a lot of people in his life, and me just being emotionally supportive of the hard time he was going through. And I'm only saying 3 because Tejah would count my last quote unquote relationship as a relationship, even though I don't, but I'm going to go ahead and count it for her.
You said that was your boyfriend and you told him that you love him. Sounds like a boyfriend to me. Sounds like a relationship to me.
Okay. Chill.
Lucky I didn't count auntie.
Oh no. Stop. That didn't even last 24 hours. Anyway, y'all, the way Tejah is so sick. Anyways, we're friends, and but see, that's the thing. In the time that I've known him, we've been we've 80% of the time we've known each other has been as friends, and 20% of that time was as quote unquote partners. So it's like, anyways, Tejah.
Does it count as friends if, like, for a lot of the time they were pursuing you? I just want to know.
I think that's subjective.
Oh, okay.
This is so sick.
Okay, I was just wondering. I was just asking a question.
I literally hate her guts.
Wow, can't ask questions around here. Can't even do my job. For me personally, no, I'm not friends with any of my exes. I'm not opposed to it, but I'm just not necessarily friends with them. Trying to think. Yeah, no. Like, am I friends with people that I've talked to or dated? You know, the new people they say talk to. Yeah.
The new age.
Something stuck in my throat. But yeah, I'm friends with. I wouldn't even necessarily say I wouldn't necessarily say that we're friends per se, but we're cordial. Like, if we see each other, we follow each other on Instagram, social media, and things like that. We're very cordial. Like, there's no beef between us. So, but yeah, friends with any exes, no. No ex has ever presented a need for me to want to be their friend afterward. Have I tried being friends with an ex? Yes. It clearly didn't work.
Yeah, sometimes that just honestly doesn't work, honestly, yeah. And that's just what it is. But yeah. And when I say friend, I don't feel like it's not people that I am always interacting with. But when I consider someone a friend, it's someone like I'm comfortable with, I can talk to about stuff that's deeper than surface level. Like, and like if it's an emergency and I'm stuck on the side of the road, do I feel like I could call them and they would come? And I feel like yes to those people. So, but they're not people that I would just like reach out to just because I'm having a bad day or anything.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely don't have one of those. That's perfectly fine with me. So, do you think that exes can have strictly platonic relationships, whether that be you or if you're in a relationship with a guy and they have exes that are their friends? Do you think on both ends that it can strictly be platonic despite the romantic and sometimes sexual relationship they once had?
Now, see, here's the tricky part, because a part of me really wants to say no. And in the same relationships that I've named where I would consider them a friend, there was a point post-relationship where there was like line crossing. So it's like, I can't say that any of these now friendships haven't gone through that phase of transitioning into like a full-fledged friendship. Like, they had to mature into that. And so I would probably say no, just because it took a minute to get to where I am in these friendships. It didn't just start this way. So
yeah, I like that take. I did think about it in that essence. I'm going to say no. And the reason why I say no is because that line has been crossed. Even though you guys no longer in a relationship, that line has been crossed. And I don't care how I don't care how it ended or what. It's just like that line's been, you can't uncross the line. It's just,
It's like once you've gone somewhere with someone, you can't just unsee that. And you
yeah, you
can't like
can't.
forget that.
And certain things you just will never forget. Like you said, you can't forget certain things. Like you're with them and then something happens and you guys are walking down memory lane and shit. And now next thing you know, you guys are jumping bones. No fucking thank you. No thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a big ass hell no for me. And I'm not saying that everybody that I dealt with, and I asked them if they're friends with the exes, I automatically X them out. It's just something that I keep in the back of my mind and,
Definitely.
monitor what that relationship is like. Because I don't know, man.
It
And
can
I
get, it
feel
can
like
get super tricky.
it can. And it's like, I want to say a hypocritical statement and be like, I could do it, but he can't
Yeah.
because I know my intentions with the
And
relationship
that's
with
the
said
thing.
ex. The thing is, I don't know your intentions and I don't know homegirl's intentions.
Because honestly, men usually don't know how to just be someone's friend without there being, even if it's something they're not necessarily acting on, the thought is probably there. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's like at that point, who are you fooling here?
Yeah.
Now, like in my last situation, I asked him if he was cool with any of his exes, and he was like, yeah, but they dated in like 8th grade. So, like, it had never reached a certain level. So it's like, okay, whatever. Now, if he had said we were together last year, I would have been like, I don't know.
I beg your pardon.
Nah,
I beg your pardon.
I wouldn't be feeling it.
Yeah, no, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. What is this? 8 ounce? No.
You may let people date it.
He left you for dead. Okay, so I'm glad that we were talking about, like, you said, like, someone said that they were in a relationship with someone, like, in 8th grade. So do you think that a certain amount of time does have to pass in order for an ex to, quote unquote, not matter? And, like, it should kind of be like a free pass. Like, if you're in a relationship, it's like, oh, why are you worried about that? Because that was, like, so long ago. Like, is it based on time or is it based on how deep the relationship got?
I would say how deep, because if you truly had a connection with someone, that doesn't just expire. Like, if you truly had let's say you had a deep connection with somebody and y'all were 20 and you've been married and you got married the next year and it's been 20 years and you 45 now, like, it could still very much be similar or just like it was when y'all were 20. So it's like, I'm not going to say that time necessarily changes how you feel about someone, because sometimes it doesn't.
It doesn't. Yeah. Sometimes that can be your half person.
Yeah, it's a sick world.
Yeah, very sick world. But yeah, I agree with you. I think it's more so you have to know how the relationship was, and of course, people don't want to sit down with their significant others and talk about every single ex. Who wants to do that? That don't sound like fun for me personally.
No, yeah,
but certain exes, you do end up learning about. They're brought up in a lot of different situations, like when you guys are having intimate conversations. So then you can learn, or you get to realize, like, if that was a serious ex or not. And then from then on, you can understand, like, is that a bitch I want around? No. So yeah, I definitely agree. It's definitely, for me, a connection thing, because people can be boyfriend or girlfriend for like a week, and that could have just happened like last year. That ain't gonna be nothing to me. I'm not gonna care.
It's not.
I'm not gonna care. But if you were in a relationship a year and a half ago, and y'all were together for 5 years, you guys were almost married.
Yeah, no.
Then we gonna have to pause on the gray hall and be like, "What's going on here?"
Yeah, it's a no. It's a no.
Like, why are you still sending her birthday cards? She don't got enough family and friends to do that for her?
Put the Hallmark down. It's over.
Why does she need one from you? I just want to know. Why is her mom still calling you? Excuse me,
girl,
ma'am?
Nah.
There's a new bitch in town. Leave him alone. Bye. Like,
But points were made, people. She made points.
Points were made. Like, that's what we're not about to do. We are not about to do that. Absolutely not. Okay, so we kind of touched on this earlier about the whole significant others, but I'm going to straight up ask, can your significant other be friends with their exes? If not, why? If so, why? Because I don't think we necessarily gave a why.
No, just because I don't like that. I don't trust that. I ain't with that. Stop playing with me. No. Do I have arcade on my
playing them games with me, boy? Do I look like... No.
You can put that shit out get the bone in the chicken? No. You believe me for that? No.
Leave me for that? No. You got one box of pizza? Oh my god. Yeah, no. It's like, man, it's hard because it's like you don't...
Correct, because you already know how you feel about the situation. The answer is no. The answer is no. The answer is no.
You don't want to be the one that's telling somebody who they can't be friends with.
Okay, but that's just a boundary. That's all that is. It's like a...
But how are you going to have a boundary on somebody else's friends? You know what I'm saying?
Listen, this is the thing. My question is going to be like, why do you want to be their friend? What is it that they do for you? Honestly, what's
that
the point?
I obviously can't do for you times 10.
You let me know. You let me know.
Do you want?
And then because the math's not mathing for me.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. It's gonna have to be a no for me, dog, because I just can't. I don't know what a situation would be where I would be like, oh, okay, yeah, like where she's like third wheeling, like,
because it doesn't exist.
Bitch, who is this?
Like, get her out of here. Does she even have an 89 number? Bye.
Why is she here? Why is she here? Why is she always around? Why?
Hey man, that's you got your made out sound like you always do.
Like, I don't like this. Something about this is very, very fishy. But yeah, like you said, can't trust it. Don't want to learn how to trust it. You just can't be putting a whole bunch of trust in other people that's not your significant other. I don't know what homegirl gonna have. She might be trying to put
it in your significant other.
Exactly.
So now you gotta trust another person? No.
Yeah, no. She might be trying to jump your bones in the broom closet. No, thank you. Now we have a whole slew of problems because this bitch can't keep it together.
Yeah, so it's a no. It's a no for me, dog.
Tiana, like, you had your chance, you blew it. So move on over. Move on over. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So, is there an ex of yours that you wouldn't stop being friends with, even if your significant other said it made them uncomfortable?
They all can go.
Wow, I'm surprised by that answer.
Because I just realized that if I'm with a man who is... So obviously if we're in a relationship, that means he's giving me everything I need, everything I want. Because, I've set boundaries and standards for myself at this point in my life. Mm-hmm. At which point, why would I jeopardize my knight in shining armor for you? And we're not even together. Why would I do that? That just don't make no sense. The math just does not math. Why would I trade him just to have you as a friend that I don't really even talk to like that? No. I'll take my man. Thank you.
Sounds stupid to me. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. If you would have asked me this, like, when I was in college, I'd be like, nigga, you don't tell me what to do. You can't tell me who my friends could be. You just insecure, blah, blah, blah. But no, like, for real, like, if you're not even really we're not kicking it like that. Like, you just somebody I talk to. We do catch-ups every 6 months or so. You can kick rocks. Hasta la vista, baby. Hasta la vista. Because
literally,
what do I look like letting go of this beautiful man, straight black man, for your bum ass? Because you obviously have to be a bum of some sort if we are no longer. So I'm gonna take my chances with the beautiful black man and leave you where you need to be. Hopefully you find someone like I found someone.
We can be cool. You can tell me happy birthday, but I don't need a friendship.
Yeah, that's not necessary. Like, what we need to be friends for? Because it's crazy. I forgot what I think I was watching a video on somebody on YouTube, and someone asked, like, oh, do you think that, it's okay for people to be friends with their exes? And she was like, straight up, no. She's like, because you don't hear about married couples just having all these single friends. Like, they just be having single friends. Usually married couples, they may have a few stragglers, but usually those stragglers, the married couple hangs out with together. And if they don't, then it's like perspective, like the guy with the guy, the girl with the girl. Everyone else, their friends are married. And I was like, what? Obviously, a boyfriend-girlfriend situation is not a marriage, but it makes sense. Because it's like, if you're in a relationship, usually when you're just in life, you surround yourself around people that are, on the same path and the same spaces you are in. So why would I be in a relationship, be in a healthy, committed relationship, and just be around all these single-ass people? At some points, there's going to be times where in those single environments, it's not conducive to my relationship. Bingo. And you know how people get. They're like, oh, girl, it's okay. Oh, nigga, you need to stop. You whipped. Oh, bring your ass. Blah, 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 blah. So it makes sense. Makes total sense. Of course, people, they don't like to be told what to do. So that's why people, they push back on it. But when you think about it, it's like, honestly, why the hell do I need to be friends with you? Why? We've run our course.
Friends, it's like what's really the reason?
If you really want to be my friend that bad, you would have been my friend and never been my boyfriend to begin with. If you really want to be my friend that bad, you want to stay my friend. Clearly, you didn't want to be my friend that bad. So we all have to live with our choices, and that's one that you're going to have to live with, buddy.
Choices.
I don't make the rules. I simply just follow them. Okay, so this one, since we're in the social media day and age, everybody's always looking on the media. People always scrolling through the likes. How do you feel? Oh, shaking the table.
Please.
Got the microphone falling. Okay, how do you feel about following exes, interacting with exes on social media, or okay, that's one, following your exes, interacting with them on social media. 2, how do you feel about if you're not following the ex? Okay, so like I said, 1, how do you feel about them interacting, following each other? And then 2, how do you feel about if they don't follow each other, but somehow, some way, they still find themselves in each other's interactions? How would that make you feel?
Just giving no and no. I feel like the only one I might be cool with is following, but if y'all wasn't following each other before, don't just randomly follow. Like, what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
what's
like
that?
you would have already had to been following each other post relationship. Don't get in a relationship with me, and then now you following all your exes. Like, what you doing?
Yeah, and the last thing I better see on my TL is y'all keying together. No, absolutely not. Absolutely
she ain't that funny, and neither are you. So
you got me bent. You have me bent. And yeah, even for the second scenario, y'all not following each other, but I still see y'all kicking. So that means y'all going to look for each other just to interact. No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. That's when you really have me fucked up, because why are you searching? Why are you saying at blank blank? This is so funny.
Y'all can go to hell.
With gasoline draws on, because
if you want to be with her, just be with her.
Literally, if that's what you want to do, because that's what you acting like. It's giving what it was supposed to give. Like, you want to be with her.
That's what it's saying. You saying that's who you want to be with. So at that point, go.
Do that. Let me get out y'all way. Okay? Let me go ahead and get out the married couple's way, because that's what y'all be acting like. Yeah, no, it's a no for me. Like Morgan said, like, if y'all was already following each other post relationship, because ain't nobody about to go they're following and try to find their exes to unfollow them. But if you weren't following them and then somehow randomly y'all start back following each other, I'm going to think that's a little strange. And I'm going to ask some questions. It's just going to be strange because I know if I was dealing with a man and I randomly started following my ex and I was like all up in his, whatchamacallit, likes, mentions, whatever it may be, I know that man would have a problem with it. Definitely. So let's not play stupid. So, and like Morgan said, definitely you over here seeking the wench out.
The heifer.
Oh, hell no. Y'all both got me fucked up, especially your black ass. Because why? What do you gain from that?
You want to laugh? Text me a GIF. I'm funny.
Literally. Like,
are you
trying to tell me something? Like, I'm not understanding.
Funny as it gets. If you want to laugh that bad, you can text me.
Literally, like, go take a nap or something. Like, what is your problem? You have lost your mind. But yeah, that was all the questions that I had for today's episode. So we can.
I have one question.
Oh, okay.
Do you have a favorite ex?
No.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Ew, those exist? People have favorite exes?
I think so. Like, they have a relationship that they value more than the others.
An ex is
or like that they liked more, that they enjoyed more than the others. It might not even necessarily be the person, but the relationship. So that's why I said favorite ex.
Well, do you have a favorite ex?
I would say I have a relationship that I favored the most. Like, I enjoyed it the best. Like, if I had to rank my relationships, I could. So there would obviously be a number one. But I don't feel like that's the best I can do.
Facts.
Or the best I can have. So
yeah, agreed.
We're going to keep climbing.
If I ever had to rank my relationships, they're all same level. Like, I've only had one serious relationship. The ones before that was fucking high school, so same level. It's giving very much flatline.
Very much.
It's giving very much garbage. It's giving very much, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Oh my gosh, my worst enemy. Let me get the word, child.
Wouldn't even set you up with the monkey. That's what it's giving.
Please.
Just saying. But that's nice for you that you could, that's nice that you could rank your relationships. That's nice. That's cute. I strive. I want to be like you when I grow up.
Please. Okay, guys. It's time for... Tejah's going to give me angina. Word of the week.
Woo! Woo-hoo.
You want to be smart and you want to know how to speak. You go to Not That Complicated for the word of the week. Yeah. Okay, kids. This week's word is inveigle, and it's spelled Inveigle, and it has two definitions. 1, to win over by wiles, entice. 2, to acquire by ingenuity or flattery. So, to persuade, pretty much. Inveigle, it's a verb.
I like that. Can you use it in a sentence for the people?
Okay. Or maybe I should come up with my own. I went to the car dealership and inveigled my mom into buying me a new one.
You did. That's a true story.
True story. True story. Based on a true story.
Based on a true story. Okay, she's not lying.
So yeah. Sure you guys try to use that word this week until you get a new word. Great, thanks.
Yep, challenge you all to use that word in your vocabulary. Alrighty, so now it's time for the Not That Complicated segment. right, let's hit it. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, go. Not that complicated. Yeah. That was really beautiful. That was beautiful.
I had to.
Yeah, we love it. We love it when they just come in smooth like butter. They just know what to do. All right, so for this week's Not That Complicated, we're going to stay on trend with the episode. And let's just say, this is, how can I word this? This isn't your typical ex. This is going to be an ex that, how did Morgan word it earlier? Someone that you serve as emotional support. So that's why the scenario.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This is why this scenario even exists. Okay. So say that you're in a new relationship, thriving, things are great. This club, another club, plane, another plane, another club. Things are just going great for you guys. Doing a fantabulous job. And then you have, actually, I'm going to make it juicier. They have an ex that they offer emotional support for. You know, they say like, oh, it's not really like that, but like they just been through a lot of things and I just be there sometimes with them. So say that y'all are on vacation and you think it's like the time that he's getting ready to propose. Like everything is giving vibes of like, he's about to propose. Like this is, oh my God, Becky, he's getting ready to do it. But then he gets a call from his ex and he drops everything and he leaves the vacation and goes to her.
What's the question?
What you doing?
I'm single. I'm single. I'm not. Hell no. You are not about to do me like that.
Hell no.
Hell. About to put a heifer that you not even with no more over somebody that you seemingly planning to propose to. Because see, now you're just giving me a glimpse into what my life would look like if I say yes. And it's not a life that God called me to have.
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound like fun at all.
God wants more for me. That's not it.
I agree. It would be a hell no for me as well. I'm going to finish out the vacation and going to delete your number, going to block you. You're never going to hear from me ever again.
Never.
And I'll work through everything else in therapy.
Honestly, Princess will be hearing from me. I would need an emergency session.
Because, homeboy,
do like, you know? That's
you
a level of audacity.
Like for you to leave our vacation.
But also, why are you somebody's emotional support dog? You and me.
I don't know, girl. Because, you said you got an extra move there. I don't know.
But I also said
you would drop
if him. If I'm in this new relationship and this is the man that's doing and giving everything that I need. Listen.
Konnichiwa, nigga.
Like, so at that point, I'm expecting the same in return, at which point you have me 32 flavors of fucked up.
Figgity fucked up.
I'm not, no. Mm-hmm. No. And you know I'm fake mad because I don't even be cursing out here for real, but no.
Yeah.
No. There's just no way.
There's no. Just imagine, say you're on your dream vacation with your man, and that nigga leave to go help another bitch.
If you will literally leave me to go be with another woman, you're not the man for me.
I just don't see how anyone leaves that scenario alive.
Yeah. Everybody going down.
What's that, boy? Hey!
Oh. Hey! It's a sticker!
That's just, for real. That's just gonna be us. You're just gonna be.
I will shoot you in the kneecap. Like, stop playing with me.
Like,
I'll leave you for dead.
Leave dead. Okay.
Well, that wasn't complicated.
Yeah, it sure wasn't. So hopefully everyone out there listening is on the same tip that we're on, because if you're not, you may want to seek some therapy. We can leave some resources down below for you.
Yes, therapy for Black girls. Absolutely love that resource.
Think they have the same thing for Black men. Therapy for men. Do. Black Men Smile or something like that.
Because y'all
do that. You do. All right. Well, next question. Because I'm still flabbergasted by that. How did I even come up with such a sickening scenario?
Because you're sick in the head.
It's pretty fucking sick.
Wait, there's a part 2 to the Not That Complicated?
No. I was just thinking about it, and I was just like, damn, that's really sick.
Because you said next question, so I was like, what?
No, it was a joke. It was, you never seen that video of that lady that was like, next question.
Oh, she was like, well, next question, please.
Next question.
Okay. See ya.
Peace out.
Okay.
All right. Well, that has concluded today's episode. I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure if you are listening, make sure you subscribe and you guys are giving us a rating wherever you do listen to your podcast. And if you're watching, make sure you subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up and leave a comment if you're feeling fancy, so we can start having, conversations around the conversations that we be having, engage with us. And make sure you're following us on Instagrams at Not That Complicated Pod. And if you're feeling very fancy, make sure you're following the host. You can reach me at Tejah, SEAUXTEJAH.
And I'm Moashco on all social media handles. That's MOASHCO. You already know. Coming through the dough, drop it to the flow. About to give you mo. That's a double entendre. You get it?
Do you get it? Are you smart enough to get it?
Y'all smart.
Yeah, I hope so. And make sure you're following Jametra as well. You can get her at 2_ Jametra, JAMETRA.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Pew, 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 pew. Hopefully, this sparks some hopefully, you're not listening with your nigga or your girl, because this probably sparked some conversations that y'all probably need to have. So you're welcome.
Yeah.
Hopefully after this the conversation, you still are in a relationship, but if not, it just wasn't meant to be. And don't blame us. You could write us a letter or about some advice if you want to do that. You could do that. You could send us an advice letter if you want that. But nothing. Don't blame us for failed relationships, because we are not licensed. We are not licensed therapists. We are not professionals here. But we will see you guys next week.
Bye.